So I just made myself a cup of coffee. Now I can start making orders. This video is made in honor of Crocheting with Smiles. You can check out her YouTube or Instagram down in the link below. She commented asking when I'll be uploading a new video, and that just made me feel like there's actually somebody who's watching my videos. When I got that comment, I was like, I need to make a video right now. Crocheting with Smiles is waiting for my upload. I really felt like even if she was the only one who watches my videos, it would be worth it. But I didn't have time to make more videos at the time because I was moving apartment, so things were a bit hectic. I barely had time for sleep, and I even got sick because of the stress. But anyways, I just wanted to ramble a bit about my appreciation of her, because if it weren't for her, I might have taken a year until our next upload. I don't really get a lot of views on YouTube, which is expected. I always known that it would be hard to grow on YouTube, but it's still the platform that I want to grow on the most. Lately, I've been thinking about what type of videos I want to make, and I come to the conclusion that I want to make videos where I just talk about stuff. That's the type of videos I like to listen to at least. Nothing fancy, just me talking about my thoughts, and maybe you can relate to some of it. I don't really watch videos most of the time. I just like having them in the background while I sculpt or do other things. So I hope my videos can be someone else's background noise while I work too. Kinda like just having a friend there on the phone talking about stuff. Here's the Q-tip I used for the clay today. Later today it started raining a lot. It's kinda relaxing just listening to the rain. Now I'm glazing the clay with UV resin. It's definitely my least favorite part of the process. Now I finished glazing the charms. I like to let them dry in front of a window. It's the second day of filming and it's raining a lot today as well. I ended up getting my period today, so I'm just going to take it easy and relax with some snacks and rose tea. I'll probably just be knitting and listening to some music for the rest of the day. Today is day 3 and these are the charms that I'll be making today. Recording my voice is definitely something out of my comfort zone. I know my voice don't sound very nice. It's very raspy and coarse. I don't normally talk a lot in my day-to-day. My English isn't the best and I shudder when I talk. But I feel like it's important to step out of my comfort zone and try it even if it feels very uncomfortable. After all, I'll never get better at something if I don't start. Starting my own business has been very overwhelming. There's always so many things you need to get done. You can't take breaks, and if you're sick, you still have to do the work. And it's not like someone's forcing me to do it, but somehow there's just so much pressure to keep going. Here's them all finished, baking them for 30 minutes. Look at how messy my workspace looks. I need to start cleaning it up. All finished cleaning. I went on a walk later today just for the sake of my health. The weather was so beautiful today. It was literally perfect. It was right at the time when it was the golden hour, so everything just looked really beautiful. It's now day 4 of my vlog. Today's weather is a little bit cloudy. I finished drawing the stickers for the charms, so now I just need to print them out. I do have a cutter that I can cut out the stickers with, but I prefer to cut it with scissors because I get to use more of the paper that way. When I cut the stickers out with the cutter, it has to have some markings so I don't get to use the whole paper. It takes a lot of time to get a machine to cut right. And I don't really need that many stickers anyway, so hand cutting has worked pretty well for me. Here is the charms I will be packing today. I used to think that the people that follow me on social media aren't going to buy from me because most of my followers are other small business owners, and yes, sometimes I do get a sale or two from them, but it's definitely not my targeted audience. Most of the people that buy from me finds me through Etsy, and I think that just has a lot to do of why people are on the platforms. Social media apps like Instagram and TikTok may have more people and get more views, but most of them are not gonna buy because they're most likely using the app to be entertained, not to be sold something. While people that are on Etsy are looking to buy something, or at least expect to be marketed to. That's why when I grow my social media, it's most likely not going to lead to sales. Of course, unless I'm get like really big, but that's a really small chance. The reason I'm building my social media is to be able to connect to more people. At least that was my plan starting out. But recently one of my Instagram posts blew up and one of my TikTok posts also blew up, and there's just been a lot more people on my website compared to my Etsy. Now, I don't know for sure where those views on my website come from. It might have come from Etsy, it might have been the social media platforms, but I have gotten more orders on my website compared to my Etsy, which is a really good thing because Etsy is just so unreliable. It bans people without giving them a notice. I'm pretty bad at making YouTube videos, but I'm sure I'll get better at it the more I do it. The platform that I want to build the most is probably YouTube, but it's also the hardest to grow on. But all that is worthy is hard, so I'll do my best. I try to not focus on the results too much. I just make things, put it out there, and let it do its thing. If it does well, it does well. If it don't, then it don't. I just keep going and don't look back. It will eventually lead somewhere, I'm sure, even if I don't know where. That's what I tell myself anyways. The most important and most difficult part is consistency. It's definitely easier to be consistent on Instagram and TikTok since short form content is way easier to make. Even uploading short videos 3 times a week on Instagram and TikTok is easier than making YouTube videos once a week. I keep my expectations for my business very low. I've heard someone say that you're lucky to not lose any money the first year you start a business, and that on average it takes 3 years to just make any profit from a startup and 5 years before you make minimum wage from the business. I don't know how true that is, but that was my expectation starting out. I thought about the best and worst outcome for my business. The worst outcome would be that I make no money. Nobody will want to buy the things that I make. I spent like 4,000 plus to start up this business, and the worst would just be that I won't get that $4,000 back. The best case scenario that I thought for myself was having a profit of $0. Like, if I can just make the money I spent on the materials, the website fees, and various other expenses back, I will be over the moon. Right now, I'm still in the negative when it comes to profit. I don't really expect to have a positive profit. Now, I know it might sound pessimistic, but I just don't want to be disappointed. There's nothing bad about keeping expectations low because if it doesn't work out, it won't be so depressing. And if it does get better than I thought, then that makes me even more thankful for the results. So no matter what, I feel like it's better to keep my expectations low. I often wonder if the things that I make is good enough. I just have so many doubts. I know I'll probably never stop feeling like this. I don't think I'll ever feel good enough. It still surprises me when there's people that actually want to order the things that I make. I know that me feeling not good enough helped me improve, and I want to do better. So in that sense, it could be a positive thing. After all, if I'm satisfied with the things I make, I wouldn't want to make them better. I think being able to improve is very important. I never want to look back in a year from now and find out I'm still the same as the year before. It's mostly from comparing myself to others that I feel the most insecure. So I just avoid Instagram and social media. I don't have social media on my phone. only on my iPad because I know I'll get addicted and be on them a lot more if I have them on my phone. I try to just focus on myself and look forward and keep going. That way I can drown out my doubts and insecurities. If I keep moving forward, I might not be where I want to be, but I will get somewhere. Sometimes I can't help but feel like I'm not doing enough, but when I look back to everything I've done these past few months, I can say that I did do a lot. I shouldn't be too hard on myself. I need to do things little by little, and everything will build up and you'll get a lot. And with that, I reached the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching.